and a bad thing. It is good because this woman has a good heart that's very obvious. It is also bad because she ordered a sketch of Tiana's face to be made and put everywhere. And yes, it is difficult for this to end well for Tiana. That being said, we know that in the upcoming episode, Spencer will also meet the marshal in Oklahoma, and it is clear that the two will be helpful to each other. So, expect Spencer to come across Tiana as well, only to convince the marshal to help her escape. The thing is, though, there is a long way from Oklahoma to Texas, so I'm not sure how they will handle this issue. But we will see. On that note, we need to talk about our horrendous priest, whom we saw another side of in episode 2. It turns out this guy is an intellectual. He either traveled around Europe or read a lot about it, which is great. I believe Taylor Sheridan wants to create a priest who believes everyone should be Christian. And as long as they are Christian, their race, language, or anything like that does not matter. Regarding the Native Americans, he said, if we wish to leave them their pagan faiths, we should offer them the prize of equality. I don't know about you guys, but this is the kind of thinking that truly scares me. And now, the once intellectual priest is also a killer, as he murdered a bunch of Native Americans at the end of episode 2. Since that threshold has been crossed, I'm afraid he will get even darker as a person in the upcoming episodes, knowing that he could even kill Tiana. However, as I mentioned, the marshal and Spencer will form a strong bond, protecting Tiana from the priest. Speaking of Spencer, he spent this episode in Texas with the Italians, as I predicted last week. Even though there was nothing wrong with this storyline, I felt like the Italians were just there for the sake of it. I mean, is it just me, or did the trailer make them look more important than they actually are? If Spencer was going to meet these men, there should have been a bigger reason for it. Just getting a bit of money and a gun doesn't feel like enough. Spencer could have easily earned money through his fights and bought a gun himself to speed up his journey. Now, it feels like he wasted time with the Italians. I guess he discovered pizza, which is great for him, but did we really need to see him discover pizza? Did it contribute to his journey? Not one bit, at least, in my opinion. Yes. He will carry that whiskey to Fort Worth. And I guess it's not a bad way to kick off his journey, but I don't know episode 1 set the bar very high when it comes to Spencer's adventures. Compared to that, this journey felt underwhelming. But, as always, feel free to fight me in the comments. The good news is, as I mentioned, he will end up in Fort Worth first, and then in Oklahoma in the upcoming episode. Our new marshal will be an absolute savior for him. Plus, his telegraph is about to reach the Duttons, presenting a glimmer of hope for the family suffering through winter, as they will know for sure that Spencer is coming. The thing is, the telegraph will also reach Banner, forcing Donald to speed up his plans for a ski resort, knowing that things will get much more difficult once Spencer arrives. Meanwhile, Alexandra is at sea. We saw her for a couple of minutes in episode 2 as she was reading her letter to Spencer. Tell me, am I the only one who slightly cringed when she said she wanted to have a little army of her and Spencer? Because I couldn't overlook that. On a more important note, she is stuck in a storm, risking her pregnancy. Things will get even more difficult for her in the upcoming episode, as she will be kidnapped by a man working for her family. And yes, there is a high chance that she will lose the baby. Does this mean she is not the grandmother of John Dutton? Let me know what you think. And now, back to the Winter and Elizabeth, who is gradually spiraling because of it. Well, she got attacked by a wolf, so what were we expecting? As Kara said, she is one unlucky woman. And yes, the winter will inevitably end, but at what cost? The scene where she was forced to get the vaccine for rabies was truly heartbreaking. I get why she had to get the vaccine, but still, it is always tough to watch people being violated beyond their desires. It was just brutal. So I completely understand why she said, This is too much. This isn't living. This is surviving. Let me know what you think of her remarks here. I kind of see why she no longer thinks her love for Jack is worth suffering through all of this. And now, the wolf is in the house. Yes, things have gotten that bad. The nurse was killed, the doctor is under attack, and Kara is in the greatest danger yet, as she has already locked eyes with the wolf. We even heard a gunshot. In the upcoming episode, we will see Elizabeth trying to save Kara, bringing them even closer. However, this won't be enough to change Elizabeth's mind. On the contrary, she will make it clear to Jack that this is not the life she wants to live, and we will witness the young couple breaking up. I can already feel my tears welling up, but let me know what you think. By the way, did you catch the part at the very end where Elsa's voiceover mentioned Israel and Palestine? What was that about? Why did Taylor include that reference for no reason in the 1920s? This wasn't even an issue at that level yet. Personally, I didn't understand it, not for a second, but let me know if I'm missing something here. Anyway, the upcoming episode is titled Wrap Thee in Terror, hinting that things will get very dangerous for everyone. For more weekly updates and analysis of 1923 Season 2, make sure to like and follow. For a guide on the correct order to watch the Yellowstone shows, watch the video on the screen.